Hey, this is Phil from Race City Retro, and today I want to show you guys my barn find 57 Chevy Gasser build, which started life as an MPC Spirit of 57 kit. Now, this kit's been around for a while. We're going to go through it today. This is a newer reissue of this kit. This is not an original one. This is a round 2 version of this kit. And this kit is actually set to come back out again as a Hot Wheels version in January. It's going to be the same kit. I think it may have some different wheels and stuff on it, but this is a great period perfect car, total 70s style build. And I did this as an old hot rod barn find kind of deal that, you know, you may find exploring one day, someone's yard. Like I used to find them when I was a kid. I had a paper route, and it seemed like everybody in development had a Tri-5 Chevy sitting on the side of their house or in their garage or in front of their house in the driveway. And I wanted to do this one as like a patina build, like an old hot rod, drag car, street car that's just been sitting around forever. So I got chalky with the paint. I added a little rust lines coming down from your trim clips, which you'll often see on these cars. Dulled everything out. I put a little rust on the chrome, front, back, just to give it that worn patina, like it's been sitting for a while. Maybe with a cover over it somewhere. Well, back then we didn't use car covers. Everybody put like a pool cover. Chalked out the bottom. Let's give it a nice worn look, and I even did it under the hood. Let's get this tilt nose up. Rusty headers. No chrome, everything's all dulled. Wanted to give it that it's been sitting for a while kind of look. This was a great build. This kit, as I'm going to show you, is a real nice kit. It goes together well. The body proportions are pretty good on this kit too. A lot of the 57 Chevy kits are strange. But if you look at the side of this car, that's a 210, but it's got Bel Air trim. 210 has the shorty up top. Bel Air, this piece should go all the way to the back window, and it should have the trim around the windows as a Bel Air. But it's got the Bel Air trim, so technically that's not correct. And the only thing that I did find off on this car too was the size of the chassis. The chassis is really small. If you look at a real 57, it's a lot thicker, that chassis, but it's similar, but this almost looks like a custom type, you know, drag chassis. But other than that, it's a pretty good kit. One more thing. This is supposed to be a tilt fiberglass nose, but it's got seams for the hood. And every tilt fiberglass nose I've seen from back then, they were all one piece. You know, you wouldn't see any of that there. It would be smoothed in. But other than that, it's a good kit. It's a real good kit. It's a great build. You can't see the inside too well because I fogged out the windows to make it look like it's been sitting. But I'll show you the new kit. And we loved these kits when we were kids because they came with these huge Goodyears, which back then you were jacking up everything. You were putting these tires on it. And these kits often got ripped open in the store, and you'd find one and the back tires would be missing. I mean, they even showed you right on the cover. They were saying, man, you're getting these things with it. And when this thing came out for the second version, which was the black version, the rock and roller, it had small back tires. It was the same exact car with different graphics, but it had small back tires. They did away with these. MPC had these tires in a lot of kits, and as kids, we loved those tires. But let me show you what this kit's all about. Now, this is a reissue, so it's going to have one thing that this doesn't. For some reason now, they switched to giving you 2 sets of glass. You get a clear set, and you get a blue set, which if you're building a gasser, man, that is dynamite. I mean, aside from giving you a red set, the blue is awesome to make it look like a legit gasser. So that's a nice feature. Round 2, that was pretty cool. So there's your glass. And you got the big tires with this one. It's got those same steamrollers on the back, which, like I said, we loved them as kids. We would put them on everything, those big fat tires, jack it up, put them on it. Now they come with the Goodyear already on them, Whereas back then, we had to paint that on them. This was just a raised. See, this kit's an older kit. You can see it's got the raised white letters on it. And that's a nice upgrade, though, with those on it. It's got some nice fronts, too. Those have the raised white letters as well. So that's a nice upgrade, round 2. And let me show you the trim. The trim on this kit, you get some pretty cool stuff with it, especially for under the hood. I just want to cut that end open. I'll open this up. And you could tell this thing's been around for a while when you look at the trees and stuff. But the chrome looks real good on the new version. It's got the polished Krager like back then. We weren't calling them like soft 8s or anything, but that was a version of Krager made that wheel. And I remember those wheels. Ladder bars, wind valve covers for the big block, which looks pretty cool. Finned aluminum pan or polished. It's got a 2-pot for the top of the supercharger. It's got good chrome, good grill, bar, and everything's already in it. You have chrome shocks for the front. You have chrome steering linkage for the front. Chrome 2-pot blower, you know, Hillborn type scoop, blower scoop, whatever you want to call that. And real nice, you know, as far as the chrome looks great, round 2. This is an old tree, though. You can see the mold, really old. This kit originally, I think it came out maybe late 70s, early 80s. So it's been around for a while. Here's the body. And you're getting this fresh out of the box. I'm cutting it open for the first time in front of your eyes. And there's your tilt nose. And it's still got the Bel Air on the back. There's your interior cup, which is cool because now you can see the inside, which the inside of this kit I love. I'm almost sorry I had to cover it up. But pretty clean, not too much flash, normal spots, you know, your mold release lines here and there on it. And like I said, if you wanted to make this 100% correct, fill that line and make that nose a one piece if you wanted to make it correct. But great proportions on that for a 2-door coupe. It's got a good look to it. Now, this is really neat. They did a full diamond tuck interior in this car, like a real 60s, 70s hot rod would have. That's great. And the buckets have that on it, too. Let's get the seats open. Because you want, you know, if you're building something like this, you want it to be period correct. You don't want, you know, modern style seats in it. See what we got here. There's your firewall. It's got a smooth aluminum firewall, which is neat. That's not stock, but it gives it that drag look. Same thing with the floor pan. And a kit like this, you have to paint the bottom of your interior cup. Don't forget. Shows you where it's going to sit. Okay, and then here's your seats. That tree. And you get a Dana rear in the car, so that's pretty cool. But there's your seats with that same pattern. High back buckets, which at the time in the 70s, that was a common modification on these cars. High backs were, you know, like nowadays, they put late model seats and everything. Nice dash, good detail on it. There's your pedals. These are for your tilt nose. Goes on the side of the chassis to make the nose actually tilt. You got your roll bar, and the roll bar does have a down tube. You can see it in the thing there. Comes to the front, right in front of the driver. Similar to like the Badman kit does. Engine is great on this kit. It's a big block Chevy. Let me open it up for you. And you got those Y valve covers. It's got a supercharger on it. Here we go. Fender well headers, all the correct stuff. Good detail on the block. It's got a Muncie behind it. You got your starter. You got an oil filter, it looks like. Distributor, blower belt. Real nice. It's even got the fin timing cover. That's a great detail. But that's your engine tree. Here's your chassis. See, this was the one thing I didn't like. I felt it was small in scale to the real car. And back then, these used to get a little flexy. So you got to watch. You know, make sure it's straight. Put it down on the table. Play with it. You may have to tweak it a little. A lot of times. MPC used this chassis on this. They used it on their F100 trucks. They used it on a couple kits, this chassis. And it's got a full exhaust you could put on it. Looks like steel pack or like an old Thrush type muffler. There's your, oh, that's got a lot of flash, man. That's your 3-spoke wheel, wheel backs, radiator, front, straight axle. It's the only way you could build this thing as a gasser with straight axle. You don't get stock options. Just, that's it. Straight axle, done. That's your cross member right there. And I think that's pretty much it, except for the decals. Let's take a look at the decals, which in the other version, the Rock and Roller, that comes black and you got gold decals. These are new, these flames. It never had this back then, but I guess you can make it a street machine also. And that's your Spirit of 57, and real nice with the contingency decals. Nice moon eyes, Holly, you got all the good stuff, the Hearst stuff, moon racing cams, crane cams, Mr. Gasket, even little MPC decals. Perfect circle rings, Hayes clutches, Champion, a couple of plates, Bell helmets, really nice hooker headers, Fenduel hookers. And you got your Chevys, you can put those on the side windows, back window. That's the stuff they did back then, Lakewood. You know, you could build a perfect 70s timepiece with this car, but that's pretty much it, guys, man. I hope you dig this 57 Chevy Barn Find Gasser build. I had fun doing it. You know, dull coated it, chalked it up. I did a little stripping here and there, a little weathering, little simulated rust lines. Didn't go super crazy. I didn't want it to look like, you know, it was in a field. I just wanted it to look like I said, maybe something sitting under a cover in somebody's driveway that got put to pasture. But I enjoyed building this kit. This is a great kit. You can get them out there. This is a reissue. And like I said, pretty soon, January, the Hot Wheels version, which I'll find and I'll put a picture up on the screen right now if I can, will be out. And it should be the same as that kit, but I think the wheels may be changing on the Hot Wheels version from the artwork that I saw. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to subscribe for future content. Lots of great model car stuff, real car stuff, all kinds of good automotive stuff coming up. And check out our web store, racecityretro.com. We've got over 1,000 hot rod related, automotive related products on there. You're going to dig it. Thanks for watching, guys, and get out to the bench and build something cool.